My father Thomas wanted to reconnect after 16 years, but it was too late. Hi. My name doesn't matter. But my father's does, Thomas. This is the story of how he tried to build a bond with me, when it was already too late. I'm not telling this out of hate. I'm not bitter. I just don't care anymore. And if someone wants to upload this to YouTube, go ahead. I have nothing to hide. It all started when I was 3 years old. My parents divorced, and my mom got full custody. Thomas, my father, had permission to see me. But surprise, he never did. He went from seeing me regularly, to only showing up when he remembered I existed. He never paid a single cent in child support. Everything I had came from my mom's hard work. She took me out, fed me, gave me experiences. Not because she had to, but because she loved me. As a kid, I saw him maybe twice a year. And as I got older, it became even less frequent. I remember when my mom couldn't afford my high school tuition. I was the one who asked Thomas for help, with her permission. But I had no idea what was coming. He acted like helping me gave him control. He started demanding things from me. One day I missed school because I had a bad stomach ache. The school notified him. He called me. And instead of asking if I was okay, he yelled at me. Like I'd committed a crime. That day, I decided I didn't want to talk to him anymore. Months passed. Silence. Then one day, while I was sewing as a hobby, I got the news. My paternal grandfather had passed away. The only good person in a toxic, controlling family. The only one who gave me advice I didn't appreciate at the time. The funeral was the next day. I was devastated. Thomas pulled me aside to talk. I thought he'd ask how I was feeling. That he'd show some empathy. But no. He wanted to talk about college. About what I planned to study. Still in shock, I told him I wanted to study communications. He said no. That I should be an engineer. Something I've never been interested in. While he lectured me, I kept a neutral face. But inside, I was boiling. I wanted to scream. Your father just died. Do you really think this is the time to talk about my future? For God's sake, show some respect. But I stayed silent. Thankfully, my godmother and grandmother showed up. They defended me. Told him I should study whatever I wanted. And what shocked me most was my grandmother, who was usually just as controlling as him, stood by me. A year after the funeral, Thomas hadn't spoken to me at all. When I was 17, I was taken to a psychologist because he wanted to build a bond with me. All I could think was, let's just get this over with. I spoke to the psychologist. Told her I had no interest in bonding with him. That to me, he was a stranger. I explained how he tried to control my life. How he wanted to choose my career. I had already decided to study graphic design. The psychologist listened. And when she spoke to him alone, turns out he was the one who needed therapy. I never heard from him again. A month later, I met Artemisa. An amazing girl. We started dating after a few months. And when I turned 18, she was the first to call and wish me happy birthday. Thomas. Just a dry, happy birthday. No emotion. No warmth. A year later, at 19, I was working to buy a house for Artemisa and me. One day, Thomas showed up and asked if we could talk. He said he still wanted to build a bond. I was cold. Neutral. I told him no. That I wasn't interested. He understood. And left. That was the last time I saw him. And I hope it stays that way. Today, I'm moving forward. I'm studying graphic design. I'm with Artemisa. With my family. With the people who were actually there. Because not every man deserves to be called father. Sometimes, love comes from those who stayed. Not from those who show up when it's too late. I chose to move on. And I don't regret it.